Hey guys, it's me, Blue Doggo, and Merry Christmas. Today was supposed to be Joyville Chapter 2, but I played Chapter 2 and it sucks. So we're not uploading this as we're not uploading that as the Christmas video. Instead, we're making a different video. This is about Bluey because my channel has become Bluey like over the past year or two. So today we're celebrating by going over all the Christmas things from Bluey. There is, I think, like four Bluey bonus bits and two full episodes that center around Christmas. So we're going to review all of them. Starting off with the bonus bits. So these three were released a while ago as part of the bonus bits, which were Bluey shorts before the minisodes, because the minisodes are like actually mini sort of episodes. The bonus bits were basically just like little shorts. And there were three Christmas ones back whenever they were first done. There was a new one that was added recently, which we'll talk about that one. But there was Crazy Lights. In Crazy Lights, Bluey is reading by the Christmas tree while Bingo plays with the controls for the lights. There's Silent Night, which was actually, according to the whatchamacallit, the Bluey wiki, is the first Bluey bit. In Silent Night, Bandit is putting Bingo to sleep with the rendition of Silent Night before making his escape. If you don't know, Silent Night is actually my favorite Christmas song. Well, that and like Carol of the Bells, I like that one too. That one's a good one. But yeah. And then the third one we have is Jingle Bells. In Jingle Bells, Bluey and Bingo are trying to sneak a peek at their presents under the tree. So the first one we have here, this is like from the website, the images that we're getting. We have crazy Christmas lights, and as you can see, this is just Bingo playing around with the Christmas tree lights. She makes him go crazy, and Bluey's just sitting there the whole time reading a book, not even speaking. This was a nice little fun one. I remember watching all of these and ranking them, and I don't remember like where I placed these. I could look it up. I could probably look it up because I have my video on it that I did well over a year ago, probably, when I was doing Bluey tier lists. So just looking at the whole list that I made, I put this one in It's Okay, which thinking about back to it, it was a little fun one, but it was just okay in my opinion, if I remember correctly. Watching this, I haven't watched these in a while, but they were pretty good. The next one is Silent Night Before Christmas, which I put this one in the like it pile. And this one is a fun little one. Bingo's trying to go to sleep and Bandit's sleeping Silent Night. That's the only thing I think it has that relates to Christmas, but Silent Night is my favorite Christmas song. And I think at the end, Bingo asks, like, Bandit a weird question. So yeah, at the end of the episode, Bingo asks Bandit, after she wakes up, she's like, "Are fish kind?" And then Bandit's just like, "Yeah, I think so." And then she's like, "Okay." And then just goes to sleep. And then he looks at the camera just like, that's a little weird. But yeah, that was probably the fun part. This is probably my favorite of the Christmas shorts. Next up, we have Jingle Bells, which sees the kids playing, singing Jingle Bells while trying to hide from their parents to open their gifts, and they end up getting caught. And I put this one in the It's Okay spot on the list because it was okay, because it's just Jingle Bells. But they did end up making a fourth Bluey minisode, The Christmas Xylophone, which was revealed during day 23 of Christmas, of the Christmas countdown calendar that they've been having all month. But yeah, the little short that came out as of I'm filming this yesterday, but as of this coming out, it's 2 days ago, was the Christmas xylophone. It just sees Bluey once again going to snoop on her gifts, but then she stumbles across the magic xylophone and starts playing jingle bells on it, like a reference to both the magic xylophone, the first episode of Bluey, and the Jingle Bells short. And it was a nice little fun little gift to have for this Christmas. So, yeah, that's all the mini-sodes that we can get into today. So now we're going to talk about the full episodes. So the first Bluey Christmas episode is the season finale of season 1, Veranda Santa, which sees the family celebrating Christmas at the Healer house with Muffin, Stripe, Trixie, and Socks. And one of the things I've noticed in Bluey all the time is the calendars here. Like, they usually have wrong weeks. Like, that's just 5 days in a week. But yeah, in this one, Bluey and Bingo learn to try and be nice because Santa Claus is always watching. And then they play a game of Veranda Santa. They play a few games of Veranda Santa, which basically the Santa comes in through the veranda and puts gifts under the kids' pillows. And if they peek, they don't get any presents. So then when Socks goes to play with Bingo, she bites Bluey because she's like 1 years old. She's still in her puppy stage, not the full talking mode yet. We'll get to that in Christmas when Bluey gets mad, and then when it's her turn to be Santa again, she doesn't give Socks a gift, and this obviously upsets Socks, who, because she's so young, she didn't even realize what she did wrong. But basically, Bandit tells her that it's up to them to show them how they did wrong, which kind of backfires. And then he's like, well, you gotta show him kindness. And so she apologizes to Socks, and the two make up. And it's adorable. And then at the end, everyone's playing Veranda Santa, and Bandit is Santa, and then he gets tackled, and they beat him with pillows at the end. And it's a fun episode. I really like this episode. I don't remember exactly where I put it on my season 1 tier list, but I think it was higher. Okay, never mind. I would probably change my mind about this because it's definitely better than some of the episodes that I put above it, but I did put it lower on my list whenever I ranked all the season 1 episodes, which is weird because I think this one's a nice, neat little Christmas special. And it's only one of two because we had a second one come out in season 2, which we'll show in just a second. But this one was pretty good. If I had to rank them, this would probably be second place because Christmas Swim is obviously first place out of the two, out of the Christmas specials. And finally, we have my favorite episode, Christmas thing that Bluey has done, Christmas Swim, which sees the family instead visiting Stripe's house for Christmas and going for a swim in his pool. And for some reason, Nana is also there, but Bob isn't because he's off in India trying to find himself. We learned that in season 3. So, like, they've been using Christmas Swim for, like, the background images for the countdown this year. It's just everyone playing classic catches. But yeah, this episode starts off with everyone opening gifts, in which Bingo gets a doctor's bag, Muffin and Socks get pool floaties, and Bluey gets a doll, Bartleby. And she falls in love with this doll. She starts treating it like it's an actual member of the family and starts carrying it around. So yeah, Bluey gets Bartleby from her mom and dad for Christmas, and she starts basically showing it around to all the family members. It looks like a long dog in the background for a second, but I think that's something else. But yeah, basically the whole entire family starts playing Too Rough with Bartleby. Bandit ends up breaking his arm. Nana jiggles it all about. Everyone else is just a little rough, and Bartleby wants to go home. But then we get to my reason why it's one of my favorite season 2 episodes. So this episode is the first time since whatchamacallit. I cannot remember the episode. Double Babysitter. This is the first time since Double Babysitter that we see Rad and Frisky again. And it's the only other time until the sign that we see, I think, at least Frisky, because she doesn't show up until the sign. Rad shows up in the past in Fairy Tale, but the two of them don't show up again until the sign. But this takes place after Double Babysitter, where it seems that the two of them have started a relationship together. And they never said that they were married in this episode. They just said that she is more of a part of a family now, which doesn't mean that they're married yet. But yeah, we know that they get married in The Sign, the best episode of the show. But yeah, we get to see them, and Frisky gives Bartleby a little bit of advice about how the Healer family can be a bit rough sometimes. But you'll learn to love them. Give them time, and you'll realize they're awesome. And yeah, this was a fun episode. I know I had this one very high on my season 2 ranking because I love this episode. I mean, it continues on the relationship of Rad and Frisky from Double Babysitter, one of my original season 2 favorites. And yeah, it's just also a Christmas episode. I think it's much better than Veranda Santa, even though it's less of a Christmas-esque style, because where I live in America, it's all, snowy, Christmas lights, stay inside, it's too cold, open presents. But this one is like, oh, they're in Australia, it's like hot. They go swimming on Christmas. And the soundtrack for this episode is so gorgeous as well. They have a bunch of different remixes of Christmas songs. They're so good. I think Joff Bush is the one that does most of the musical work for the show, and he does so good with the different musics that the show produces. He does really good with it, and all the other musical crew on the show. But he did really good making these Christmas remixes of stuff like the 12 Days of Christmas, I know, is one that they had as a background song. It was a good episode. This one was just so fun. And it proves that no matter what, Bluey can never make a bad episode. Except for Wild Girls. What is going on? I am back, so a full-on possum just showed up at the window chasing a mouse and caught it. That was crazy. Merry Christmas, am I right? But yeah, I was so confused. I was like, what the heck is going on? But I was just watching it. The mouse was getting stuck in the window, and the possum caught it. That was crazy. I'm gonna end off this video here. It's Christmas time, and I'm glad to have made another year full of videos. We're gonna have at least a couple more come out this year, obviously, because I've got Joyville Chapter 2 as well as Kill It With Fire, because Kill It With Fire 2 had an update come out recently, so we're gonna be recording that and doing that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and Merry Christmas.